This is Mount Ida. It's away from Hot Springs a little bit. There's no internet connection out here. But I have to say that if you're looking for something really fun and rewarding to do and keeping social distancing, this was really cool. This, you can't really tell in the picture, but there's quartz crystal just littered kind of in the mud and what would be gravel. There's tons of fungus growing. Little mushrooms of all different kinds. I mean, this land, the trees, the grass, there's spring water trickling down everywhere. And it just looks so healthy. And I don't know, you can tell you're in the vortex. You can tell there's definitely some kind of higher energy going on here. Maybe it's just because there's no internet. No radiation frequencies, because they say the crystals repel the energy, something to do with the electromagnetic field. But look, there's some rocks, and then just in the middle of the rocks you might find a crystal or a quartz or even some other gemstones. It's pretty wild just seeing it in the wild. This is just on the way down there. It's like a trail that you have to walk down, and when you get to the mining, there is just a camper. So we had a car, so we had to walk down the trail. If you had a big truck, you could probably just drive down there. But it was pretty wet, and I think that it had just rained for 2 days. But also there's natural springs everywhere. You're in the shade for the most part until you get down to the actual mining area. But honestly, you could probably just mine some crystals right here, unless you're looking for the big dogs, unless you're trying to get rich off of it. We were doing it more for just collecting our own raw crystals and spending time outside, social distancing. Those aren't crystals, those are rocks, but you can see up in there's little pieces of quartz. I've never seen a little piece of land though that was just producing so much energetically positive things. I mean, I don't know why I'm focusing on that. Maybe just because it's bizarre seeing quartz crystal just laying around in the mud. But there was a lot of little mushrooms. It looked like something out of a fairy tale. And then this was just a puddle of spring water. And if you were not exhausted, you could probably just sit there and pick up little crystals. And I think that's definitely something that is special about it. Where else can you see a little pond of spring water with a bunch of crystals? And I'm pretty sure that mud is amazing for your skin too. I don't know why I picked that. I don't know what it is. I just threw it back down. I just couldn't believe how many of them there were. Like little fairies are living down there. The lady that works at the mine that sells you your shovel and takes your money out of the camper said that her cousin saw Bigfoot out in these parts. So we won't even dive into what that could mean. But this was just such a cool experience. I think we're going to look and see if we can find more places that you can go mine different gems and crystals. We did go mine diamonds in Arkansas a few years ago, and that was not near as much fun. It wasn't as rewarding. Crystals, you don't really have to hunt for them. They're just kind of everywhere. And I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but I mean, basically, the biggest problem is that you have to get them home. And we had to walk this trail, which we enjoyed. We just kind of foraged through it. But you know, those crystals are heavy. So walking back up the trail with a bucket or 5 of a bunch of rocks is going to be heavy. This was just really way cooler in person than it probably looks on the video. I mean, I wanted to dip my feet in there. There it is. That's the mine. Now, you've got trees all the way around you, and it's just super beautiful out there. But the positive energy, the vibrations of this crystal mine were pretty cool. Look at that. I just reached down, and I'm like, well, you know, there it is. Now, there's clear crystal. You can see one right there, and we did get some of those, but I was more interested in just the gemstones in general. I was okay with just regular quartz. And as you can see, we've got some buckets. You can bring your own buckets. You can buy them there. The 5-gallon bucket is definitely probably the one you would want to get. The little buckets, you know. Look at all this crystals, raw gems, tourmaline, quartz. Anyway, look how big this is of just crystals from going